So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are doing well. Again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I want to discuss with you 10 things that I enjoy most while doing taxi part-time. I know that a lot of time when drivers talk about taxi driving, it is always about the hard side of the business. But, in as much as the end goal is to make money, there are other things that you get to enjoy while doing this job. So for me, I do it part-time. And for those who don't know, I also employ some drivers, who drive my cars on full-time basis. So I will outline to you 10 things that personally I enjoy when doing this business. And the first one is networking. So I get to meet new friends. I get to meet new people. We interact, and actually, I have found people who also work in the same industry as myself. I have gotten to know some mechanics, people who help me when my car has issues. And you get to learn so many things about so many things through people that I interact with. So for me, I never carry passengers and just stay silent. We tunachapa story. So that is one thing that I enjoy doing while doing the business. Point number two, I get to know places. This city of Nairobi is so big, and if you only travel to some destination, you must always have a good reasons to go to those places. So you'll find people who have stayed in Nairobi for so many years, but they have never gone to certain corners of the city. So driving taxi will allow you to discover places that you can even take your family for time out, because I drop so many people to go and have picnics. I have come to discover so many joints where I can take my family for dinner. So many things. Like I have gone to Kariokor, Kawangware, Kilimani, Pangani, Gong, all those places that I have never set my foot before I started doing this business. So I have discovered the city in depth. Point number three, it is just fun and outdoor thing. Just like people love cycling, there are people who take their motorbikes, there are people who take their bicycles and just cycle or ride outside their house. There are people who will, cycle their bicycles all to the way to Thika and come back. For me, I really enjoy driving. It's an opportunity for you to step out of the house, especially those people who work from home like myself. Is an opportunity for you not, to get that monotony of staying in one place, especially if you don't have any other business that you are doing. So if you step out of your house, you will have a moment to unwind and, to refresh and prepare yourself for the next day of work. Number four, of course, you get to make some extra cash. I have said in so many videos that you have an opportunity to make between 1 to 5K per day while driving part-time. So why not do something that you are enjoying, that is teaching you so much while still making money? So number five, you get to learn about other companies politics. So this is one of the things that I enjoy most. Sometimes I go and carry colleagues, who work in the same workplaces, especially colleagues from the bank, colleagues from, the security department. Some people you carry like 2-3 people in the same taxi. Maybe it has been requested by the company. Sometimes you go to the UN offices, you carry 2-3 colleagues, you are taking them to an event. And then because, surprisingly, a lot of people don't think that taxi drivers are human beings. So they will get into deep discussions about their organizations, about their boss, about what they are happy about and what they are not happy about. And they mention names of those organizations, or sometimes the names of those organizations because you are picking them right in front of the gate. Those are some of the things that honestly I have, I love discovering. I love learning about those company politics through the people I carry, especially when they are doing the gossips. So yeah, for me, during those moments, I remain silent. I behave as if, I don't know English. I don't know anything about banks, about politics, about development. I let them gossip and I listen. Maybe towards the end that I can tell them maybe I love what they are saying or otherwise. So point number 6 is that this business teaches you about cash flow management. Okay, a lot of people don't know how to manage small amount of money. So this business, you will be getting payments in terms of 200 shillings, 150 shillings, 1,000. And if you are not a good cash flow manager, you might think that that is an amount that is too small for you to do anything with it. But if well managed, you can get to do some big things. And for myself, I can tell you, the moment I receive my salary, I finish it within one day. By finishing, I don't mean that I spend it, carelessly. No, I put it where it should go. I put whatever I need to save where it should be saved. And then, some pocket money, I get it from this business. And when I carry just on a Sunday or on a Saturday, maybe I get 3,000-4,000. I make sure that that money, if I don't need to do anything big, if it's just maintaining my pocket, that is the money that should carry me through the rest of the week. Okay? And, and it's quite a lot of money. And the problem with taxi business, this is the biggest disease that a lot of drivers are suffering from. It is not lack of the money in the business, it is how to manage the cash flow. And this business has taught me that even if I get 20 shillings, 50 shillings, I know how to put it into a particular account until it accumulates into something bigger that will help me push my week until the next pay date comes. So point number 7, why I love doing this taxi business a lot, is about car management. Okay? So doing taxi will teach you so many things about cars that car owners who do private driving have never been able to learn. For instance, if you are doing taxi business, there are things that you need to understand about your car. For instance, consumption trends. How much is your car consuming? You must be able to monitor how many kilometers you are doing per liter. Actually, people who drive their cars privately, they don't know even how many kilometers their car do per liter in traffic situation, in long distance. If you do taxi business, those things you'll have to know, and they will help you to monitor closely the behavior or the character of your car when some things are going wrong. Let's say, for instance, spark plugs are out and need to be replaced. Your engine is misfiring or misbehaving. Through the monitoring parameters that you have identified over time, you are able to take action on what needs to be replaced or maintained or repaired. So in terms of understanding the car and managing it well for, to avoid major mechanical failures, this business will teach you exactly that. But if your first car, you use it for private purpose, it will be very, very difficult. It will take you a very, very long time before you learn how that car is behaving under various circumstances. So point number 8, why I love this business, is because it has helped me to nurture, nurture and grow transferable skills. There are some we call them emotional intelligence skills that you get out of doing this business, and they help you to grow as a person. For instance, I have learned to be very patient. You can't do taxi business and fail to be patient. Otherwise, you will be a bitter driver. You learn how to give people, their way. You let people be. And as long as it's not a major thing that will give you a serious setback, you just be patient with people. It gives you customer relationship skills. You know how to handle people when they get into your car. You learn how to maintain your car so that, it can be attractive to your customers. You also learn how to communicate. Okay, there are certain ways through which you cannot talk to people, you cannot talk to customers, even if they do you wrong. You get my point? So, and those are skills that have helped me even in my workplace. If you are a patient person, you can survive in any organization, especially if you are a people's manager. So that is another thing that I enjoy so much about this business. Point number 10 is about discipline. discipline, and time management. And time management. Okay, so as I have told you, this business, when you are doing it part-time, you are so much under the pressure of time, because you have to preserve your body so that you are full of energy for your main job. You don't want to overdo this taxi business to a point whereby you are getting home at 4 a.m. and you have to report to work, to the other work at 8 a.m. the next day or the same day, because you are in the a.m. in the morning. So you must really have a high level of discipline, so that if you tell yourself that you are going to drive for only 2 hours and then go back home, you will do exactly that. Even if the demand from riders is tempting you to keep carrying people, at a particular point you have to maintain that discipline and say it's time to go home, or it is time to go and work. Because sometimes we also feel very complacent in the house. Maybe you have finished your week on Friday, and Saturday, you are lazy. You don't feel like you want to go out and go and do 2-3 trips. Some people are very lazy. So this business, if you have set it that you will be driving every Saturday, if you are not going out of the city every Saturday, if you have set it that you will be driving, you have to be doing that. And that is time management and discipline. And this is something that this business has really cultivated into my life. Point number 10, some people underrate driving as a skill. Okay? If you really want to improve your driving skills, become a part-time taxi driver. Because normally private cars will do between 10 to 15,000 kilometers per year, or maybe 5 to 15,000 kilometers per year. Part-time taxi drivers will do around 30,000 kilometers per year. Full-time taxi drivers will do anything between 60 to 80,000 kilometers per year. So having an opportunity to overdrive or drive more than a private car driver, you get an opportunity to enhance and to advance your driving skills. You get to know how to reverse in very, very awkward positions, on how even to become almost a defensive driver, because sometimes you need to get yourself out of situations really quick before things get bad. Sometimes you need to drop a customer along the road where there are cajos, so you need to know how to let people drop off your car very fast and very safe, and you keep going. So you get to enhance your taxi driving skills. Okay? And that is a skill that honestly so many private drivers don't have. You will find a person who has been a driver for 10 years and they don't even know how to reverse in a difficult situation. So all taxi drivers will always have those skills. And when they are driving their private and personal cars, you will see some exemption of skills on display when they are doing that. So those are things that I really enjoy and I have learned from the business. And I hope if you can join the industry, you can also be a partaker of this free information and free knowledge. I hope you have learned something. See you in my next one.